I was confused. I was scared, didn't even know what to do. Fortunately, we were forced to participate in various school concerts that happened. In fact, we were given tickets and forced to pay for those tickets. That kind of built the practice over a period of time to at least stand on stage and speak. Numerous mess ups, numerous mishaps. The only objective was every single time we speak, we should be confident in such a manner where people watching us, looking at us, they are going to feel amazing. Unfortunately, the same thing is not really applicable in life. But guess what? Maybe it is. Because when you look at your office, when you look at your bosses, they tend to get into the zone where they're asking you to give a presentation, take care of a team meeting, do some form of an orientation, conduct a fun activity for the team. It gets really, really difficult, isn't it? And once this happens, there are always three kinds of people. The first are the ones who are really good at what they do, and the audience are able to feel the connect, and it's all fantastic. It's all wonderful. The second are the ones who fake it so much that the audience is fully able to know that either this person is way too overconfident, this person is trying too hard, this person is putting his best, but we are not able to resonate for some reason or the other. And then there is the third kind who always tries to avoid. If given a chance and asked the question, who will be ready to conduct tomorrow's presentation? They will probably be the last person to raise their hand, and they might even put their hands in their pockets or stuff their hands somewhere, chain them down. Today's session, we are going to be breaking down all of these aspects one by one on how you can speak with confidence without any of these three formats that I have discussed. How can you not be too overconfident? How can you continue to speak naturally? At the same time, not fake your confidence? And how every single time you're given an opportunity to speak, you're going to raise your hand and do it, irrespective of how you're going to perform. Because at the end of the day, the moment you separate yourself out from a group of people and you're sharing your thoughts in an organized manner, understand that there is a very, very deep part of you that is growing. So buckle up on your seats, get your notebooks and pens. It's not just that you're going to observe a lot of things right now, but as and when I'm going to be doing the demonstrations also, please make sure to observe them properly and then see how much of it you can implement. It's absolutely okay if you model and mimic every single thing that I share to begin with. Because once you get a head start, you will soon get to know what's working for you, what's not working for you, and accordingly, things are going to move forward. So, with that, let's get started. So, all right, let's go. Let's see. So I have my mind map with me, and all I wanted is to make sure that that everything is in proper manner. Just one moment. Okay, here we go. What you see me experiencing right now for the last 3 to 4 seconds is complete blankness. I literally have no idea what was the topic. What do I want to talk about? What did I speak about up until this point? I am completely blank. Now you are also going to face this exact same thing, which is more, if you observed what I just did, I closed my eyes, stood still, took a pause, and then I started speaking again. The moment you see me doing this, I want to know how are you feeling? I'm sure you definitely did not feel like throwing a banana at me or an eggshell at me or maybe a slipper at me, isn't it? In fact, you were probably waiting. Oh, what is Suryadeep going to say? That's how public speaking works. You make mistakes and you learn from them, you grow. Again, let's come to the topic. We're going to understand what is the difference between real confidence and performative confidence. Real confidence, performative confidence. Now, very, very important to understand. The first time when I got an opportunity to speak on stage, as well as the both online and offline. So I'm going to give you two very simple incident. By the way, I'm not so sure, but somehow today I'm not feeling the flow in me. Okay, uh, you also have to let me know if it's the same thing or not. Okay, so I'm just going to try and make sure that I bring back that energy, bring back that flow as I'm sharing with these stories with you. Okay, and I'm going to make it even more raw. As I'm doing so, I'm also sharing my emotions. So I had joined this public speaking group, and in the group, we were given a topic that which is called as your baseline video. So baseline video is even before you start learning the techniques and methods within the community, you talk about that topic, a topic that is given, which is what is relationships according to you. That was the topic. Now we were given the freedom to choose any relationship. It's just that we have to keep the phone somewhere and record between 5 to 7 minutes. I did. I did not even know how to structure it back then or what is it that is there to share. All I knew is I just fumbled something or the other, just went on speaking for 5 minutes. The moment I saw in the camera it was 5 minutes, I just ended the recording. I said, "Thank you so much for hearing me out." And that's it. Ended the thing and uploaded. Honestly, I'll tell you, I was shocked, surprised, anxious. I didn't even know what is going to be the reaction of people. Still, we were given the task, and when you join such a platform and community, you go through the task exactly as told, and then you see what happens. So I uploaded it, and I ended up getting 57 likes, 68 comments over the next 72 hours. In that community, the rule was that once you upload, you also need to go through other people's videos and comment. People started appreciating the way I spoke, the energy, the smile, the charisma, so many different things that was mentioned over there. I didn't end up speaking. While I was doing so, I also began to realize that I probably did a good job. Cut to a few years later, this was me attending my first ever physical in-person Toastmasters meeting. So I went there, I had my suit, I was told to become an evaluator. Wait, not an evaluator. I was a grammarian. Yeah, a grammarian. Grammarian is someone who checks in the grammar and all of those things. So the speakers were speaking. I had a chance to make all the notes. And then when I went there, I also managed to get a table topic, which is an impromptu topic. You walk up to the stage, you're given a topic, and you have to perform. So I did whatever I could. It felt so good because I ended up winning the best table topic speaker award, the best grammarian award. It was fascinating. I think they had introduced one award called as the Best Role Player Award. It was really, really good to see. What happened though is that back then, while I was walking onto the stage, my legs started shaking, my throat started drying up a little bit. I didn't even know what to start, so I just took a deep breath in, spoke. But that was so much different than the natural way when I speak when I am with people. And I got this as a feedback from the general evaluator that day. So that's when I realized the real confidence versus performative confidence. Real confidence is when you have a lot of inner grounding. For example, today, at this point of time, I'm not really in the right position to be able to conduct this session for whatever reasons. And yet I'm here because I know it's my responsibility to deliver something. And most importantly, if I'm able to go through this whole cycle of being able to overcome this challenge that I'm going through, I can set this and use this as an example in future. Second is we are rooted in authentic self acceptance. The fact that today I'm not feeling that good in terms of conducting this session, still I'm able to accept that, share that, be vulnerable about it, and yet pierce through experience the changes that I'm going through while I'm heading into this zone. Third is it feels warm, connected, it is calm, it's not forced. To some extent, it might be. For example, right now, I have every possibility of uh, deleting this live, stopping it right away, but then I cannot do so because I know people are watching me. And even if it's one person watching me, it's my responsibility to give that value. More than that, it's also my responsibility to leverage this moment. How do you keep going when you don't even feel like going just because it's important? It needs to be done. So, the best point here is I am speaking to serve, not to prove anything. But when you look at performative confidence, if you look at all those previous scenarios that I spoke about, I was masking my fear, channeling it in a different manner. I was feeling something else, showing something else. That's hypocrisy at its peak. And let's face it, both you and I can understand. We have been through enough training sessions, enough courses, we've seen enough videos. We can make out who is authentic and who is faking it at a very, very deeper level, at a gut level, isn't it? The second is performative confidence feels very, very loud, well rehearsed, pitch perfect. All the more why I just cannot resonate with people who are that perfect on the outside. I'm absolutely okay. For example, from 2025 itself, I promised myself that I'm going to listen to my gut. And the gut can tell me a lot of things, but I'm going to do it. So I got a new job listening to my gut, and it's been working amazing. I listened to I gave up certain opportunities which did not resonate with me. I said no to a lot of people without having any proper explanation. Even my explanation itself was that I'm so sorry, we cannot move ahead. Something doesn't feel right. I don't know what it is. This is the year I started listening to my gut. I hope you understand. And then I did end up observing that those opportunities and all were not really what was serving me. Does that make sense? And then you have the whole process of what is your deepest intention. So in performative confidence, the intention is more of how am I looking? How am I going to do? Will I be able to perform well? Will I completely rock the stage and everything? Versus how can I connect? How can I serve? How can I show up as my best self? At this point of time, I need to give a couple of observations, okay, with you all. There are so many people who say to me, Suryadeep, don't use so many jargons or cut down your live to 20 minutes or at least groom yourself a little bit. Look a little better, wear some good clothes. And I've seen a lot of people do that as well. My question is, if I am not feeling it, don't you think that's incongruent? Now, I don't really necessarily say that to those people. I take the feedback and I thank them for giving the feedback. But then at the same time, I also politely remind them that I'm so sorry, I'll not be able to do something that is not resonating with me. And the fact is, they understand just because I put it across in that manner. Fortunately, Yogeshwari has given me the whole freedom to just go about doing every way that I feel best. So people don't connect with perfect speakers. They usually connect with present humans. Now, if you're watching this session right now, I'm sure you were able to see some form of a shift in confidence, in energy from the time when I started out and I told you that I'm not feeling it up until now. I'm also able to feel that the energy is kicking in because I started sharing a lot of personal stories instead of just hypothetical scenarios. So, if the whole logic of being confident first begins, we are moving to the next phase of today's session, which is all about grounding, which is your emotional connection, the foundation, when you're just still, emotionally stable. Nothing can beat you. So, for example, if right now I have the chats open, fortunately, I have at this point of time, me doing this live, I know that there are only a few people who will comment. Yeah. And probably in future, a lot of people will watch. I know we've been getting quite a decent amount of people watching our stuff, but comments pretty less. All the more, why I know that people are already always observing, not necessarily participating. In fact, this is not even live where I expect 100% participation anyway, because it's voluntary. You can watch it at you as per your own convenience and all. But will you agree with me that whenever you're watching it, you feel like watching some more as well, isn't it? And that's the power. That's the power of grounding. So how does grounding happen? The first is when you understand that nervousness is a good thing, not something to be worried about. Oftentimes I see so many of my colleagues and so many friends and families like, really want to do it, but I'm so nervous speaking on stage. It's a good thing. When you're nervous, it's your body telling that a lot of people are going to see me, and I'm just feeling a little jitters that so many people are going to look at me. Eyeballs have energy. So when a lot of people are looking at you, you feel that energy. But then when you're able to say to yourself that I am absolutely okay being seen, saying that to yourself, because you look good, you are an amazing person, you want to serve, you want to give, you want to make the world a better place. That's the real you, isn't it? So why not set that as an intention? How do you ground yourself? The first is acknowledge your fear. If you remember, just a few moments back, I told you that I'm not feeling it today. I acknowledged it, accepted it. And then the second step is, once you acknowledge, the second step is name your emotion, which means, is it excitement? Is it enthusiasm? Is it fear? Is it the unexpected uncertainty? What is the emotion that you're experiencing? Now, don't tell me that I'm just feeling nervous. If you There was this little exercise that I had done. I'm not sure whether, just go to Google and type emotions wheel. Okay, emotions wheel. You'll be able to find a wheel which includes so many different forms of emotions. You'll be blown away how one emotion can be broken down into so many different emotions, and all of those emotions have a different name altogether. That's what makes English such a good language. If you look at your regional languages, it's not possible to demarcate and completely label every single emotion. English language allows you to to have that variety of labels, which helps you understand emotions as well, because that's the one thing that we know we feel, isn't it? Once you name your emotion, the third thing is you set an anchor. Yesterday, you remember I taught you this anchor. Now you can use the exact same anchor to decide what is it that you want to experience, which means what the questions that I ask is open-ended questions that guides me towards my purpose. Questions like, why am I here? Whom am I serving? What kind of an impact am I going to create right now? What is the intention for me to walk up to that stage? How many smiles am I going to create today? How many transformations am I going to bring in? And the moment you hold your anchor and you do it, you soon begin to realize that there's a shift in energy. Once the shift in energy happens, we'll move to the next phase, which is the practical tools to channel that energy towards confidence, natural confidence. The first, breath. And I learned this from, again, my boss and mentor right now, Dr. M.V. Priyank. He talks about breathing in a box manner. But before we understand the box manner, let me ask you this question. When you see people are panicking or they're stressed out, what is their breathing pattern? Fast or slow? Fast, right? It's shallow, right? But when you are grounded, when you are peaceful, when you are in that zone where you feel that, ah, I am in control, I'm feeling good. What do you do? Not sure whether you are fans of football or not, football or soccer. One of my favorite players, probably my most favorite player, is Cristiano Ronaldo from Portugal. I really love his stance, his body posture, the way he is just before he's about to take a penalty or a free kick. He stands there with a Superman pose, and then he looks at the ball, looks at the goal, and then he steams up to run. Now that's his ritual. You might as well want to check out the clip. You'll be able to understand. They've done a detailed breakdown as well, a couple of video clips in YouTube. Now, what works is this box breathing that allows you to take the breath and control and channelize your energy over there. So how do you do it? 4 seconds of breathe in, 4 seconds of hold, 4 seconds of breathe out, 4 seconds of hold. So let's practice this. Yes, let's go. You do it 3 cycles. If you've been doing this with me, tell me how are you feeling. Grounded. And the moment you do so, you soon begin to realize that your heart rate has gone down, your focus has got aligned, and you are feeling good. So when you feel good, our vibe attracts our tribe. We're going to make the other people feel good as well. So use the breathing method. Second is the power of space and the power of pause. When you run into the stage or in your presentation, when you just walk up and you take that 1 or 2 or 3 seconds to just look at everyone who's there, you allow them to calm down and you allow yourself to calm down. And if you smile, it works like magic. Even today's session, if you are able to observe, I am a lot slower than I am compared to the previous sessions. And that's because the topic that I'm teaching requires that calmness, the poise. At the same time, the pauses. I think in the earlier session, if you even rewind and check, you will be able to understand the moment when I just closed my eyes and just felt the emotions that I'm going through. Because when you pause, firstly, wait. When you pause will come later. Why don't we pause? Because we want to rush into things. Why do you want to rush into things? Because we are scared of silence. We are scared of silence because we don't really know that it is the ultimate power. Think about it. The greatest breakthroughs in the world have happened in the moment of silence. Big Bang happened, silence. When a bomb diffuses, silence. When you get that moment of transformation, it happens in a moment of silence. Why not allow silence to creep in? Now, when you pause after a main point that you've just shared, you allow the audience to absorb. And when you pause just before an important line, you create anticipation. Did you just see what I just did? Okay, that's the power of pause. And also, it builds authority, it builds trust, it builds clarity, and your audience are waiting for you, waiting to connect with you. But it's your responsibility to keep that attention in and out. On an average, it is seen by research, and this is research by Mind Valley, Robin Sharma, and all these people, that the optimum time of human attention is 20 minutes. But you look at all our schools and colleges, a period goes on for 40 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour. Crazy, isn't it? So you need to do whatever it is in your power, and pauses is that secret key that allows you to hold the attention of your audience. Now, moving further, this is step number 3, tool number 3, which is all about the process of reframing. And I learned this when I was working as an NLP coach in one of the earlier companies. One of the greatest techniques that they taught me and which I was using with all my clients was the process of reframing. If you look at every single time you go through an emotion, It's because there is a series of thoughts that's going on inside you. And because you don't have control on those thoughts, you don't know the fact that there's a question answer back and forth going on inside, the conversation soon moves from the head to the whole body. Conversations like, what if I mess up? What if they judge me? What if they laugh at me? What if they make me feel inferior? And the questions just goes on getting worse and worse with each answer. A lot of people don't even have control on it. So the process of reframe is when you take control of every conversation. The questions that comes in are what if questions, isn't it? Why not turn the picture and think of the best case scenario? What if I get a standing ovation? What if I'm able to be my most vulnerable self and yet I connect with every single soul that's there in the room? Now, if you observe, the question which is negative are short questions, which leads to short answers, which leads to longer questions, longer answers, and it spirals negatively. Here, we are creating questions which are more than 10 words because you're allowing yourself the time to ask the question, as well as giving your mind the time to process the answers. What if I give my best and everybody appreciates me? What if the moment I finish, audience walk up to give me a hug? What if I am able to move people who is listening to me right now in such a manner that their lives are never going to be the same? What if the next 45 minutes is the greatest 45 minutes that any human being who's listening to me right now has ever spent with me? These are the questions that has become my standard internal template right now, every single day while I'm preparing all the backend stuff, right? If you're watching it in YouTube, below, you'll see a description, a nice description. If you are in LinkedIn, you will also get to, if you click down below, you will be able to see a very nice description also. While I'm preparing this, I'm saying all these things to myself and reframing with a best case scenario, what if question. And guess what? I know at some point of time, these pieces of content are going to become evergreen, world class content. It's just personalized experience put in through. Now, keeping it together, if I have to summarize the whole thing right now, whatever we've discussed, the confidence loop, the first, grounding. How? By breathing. Number two, center the moment with pause, especially when you start and while you speak. The third, reframe your thoughts. Now, I'll give you another very interesting hack with respect to reframe your thoughts. In the middle of your presentation, if you're feeling nervous, have the humility to accept it in front of the audience. That is going to be such a big killer in terms of connection. So what you say is what exactly I did at the start of the session. For some reason, I'm completely blank. Let me gather my thoughts. Can you all just say woohoo for me? Yeah. 3, 2, 1. When they say woohoo, you take your time, you start again. Yeah. So a lot of times I keep doing like this. When I'm speaking, like, okay, right now I'm blank, take 2. And then I start. People have this laugh and it's absolutely fine. It's absolutely okay. Final thing is speak to serve, and only then you will connect. Now, I wanted to make sure that this is more of an a proper, what's that word? I'm not getting the word. It's like an intervention. It's more of an implementation. The best way to do so is to actually demonstrate to you how it is to be done. So let's pick a topic. Let's pick a topic on this topic itself, confidence. So if I'm conducting a presentation or I've been asked to speak about confidence, what are the exact steps that I'm going to do? Okay. So for this, I really need your help. I want you to uh, say it out loud for me. Okay. Like, let's welcome Surya on the stage. Okay. So I'm going to count to 3 and you're going to tell me, let's welcome Surya on the stage. Shall we do it? Yes. Okay. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Let's welcome Surya on the stage. My pants were just about to get wet while running into the stage. Because you are looking at me with bated breath, thinking, oh, this guy is coming up with a smile looking at us. Oh, this guy might must be so confident, and it's going to be amazing to learn from him. How many of you felt weird right now? Mind you, while asking this question, I didn't even know what question I'm going to ask, but still I did. Just wanted to check whether you all are awake or sleeping. Confidence begins with that little rose that I had on my hand 10 years back. On this very day itself, it was the 4th of November 2015. I had just started to learn how to date. I did have a girlfriend, but it was a long distance relationship going on. We were having a lot of fights, and I gave her the dare that, you're not loving me enough, right? You're not taking care of me, right? Fine, I'm going to go on a date. That evening, I was supposed to meet her. Met her over Facebook, and we decided we're going to meet that evening. So my dress was a red color shirt, black trousers, a black jacket, and a pink color tie. I didn't have beard back then. The hair had just started growing a little longer, so I had the rose with me. The moment I saw her, I was shocked. She was wearing a one-piece frock all the way till her knees, and the color matched the exact color of my shirt. She probably failed to recognize me because the picture that I had on Facebook and the way I looked back then, it was a little different. So I walked up to her and I said her name. Let's take a name, no? Sneha. So, Sneha, fictional name, by the way. Sneha, has anyone ever told you that this rose in my hand, you are the personification of it? You know what was the reply? Huh, who do you think you are, you fatso? I'm here waiting to meet someone special. Please don't disturb me. Get lost. Shattered. So I moved away. I texted her on Facebook. I'm so sorry I won't be able to make it today. I did so standing behind a tree from a point where I was able to observe her as well. She took her phone because the notification had pinged, and she started typing, and I was able to see a lot of expression on his face. She wrote me a huge long message stating, what happened? Why are you why aren't you coming? What's going on? What happened? Did I do anything wrong? What all and all? I couldn't carry forward the conversation. I just moved out. And later the paragraphs kept coming. People like you should not even exist. You don't even know how to respect a girl's time and all. I couldn't even voice out what I was feeling because I didn't know, I didn't have the courage to tell her the truth. I didn't feel confident about myself. I had learned a set of skills and I felt I overthought about what she felt about me. Lot of these points just went on and on and on and on inside my head, and it didn't feel good at all. Somewhere I knew that it is going to help me. A couple of years later, 5 to be precise, on this very day, Yogeshwari and I were speaking over a call, and I told her, Yogeshwari, if it's okay, can I tell you that you are looking like a rose? She had sent me a photo of hers that morning wearing a red color salwar, and she blushed in the call. Took the opportunity to tell her, is it okay? Because we've been talking a lot, is it okay if we can collaborate on a course together? She was over the moon. I never really thought it that way. What's the plan? What are we going to go about? There was a long pause from my end, because for those few seconds, I couldn't even believe that exactly 5 years ago, the experience that I had, which shattered my confidence, will has taught me enough amount of lessons so that I can repeat the same set of lines, and this time with a breakthrough. Confidence begins when things happen to you. But for things to happen, you need to learn your lessons. You need to have that inner clarity and be sure, have faith that the right people will come to you at the right time. That's it. Okay. Now, I have no idea how did I speak, because I was in the flow of the stories. You have to tell me when you type below. But let's go through whatever we've discussed so far. Did you feel that I was grounded after that energetic start? Did you feel that I slowed down whenever I had to, rushed whenever I had to? Was I able to give you a clear picture? Did you see that I was breathing? Did you see how I paused in some of the significant moments? Was I able to hold your attention? I did so right now at a time when I was only not confident whether I'm going to deliver the story properly or not. And yet I did. And that's the beauty of confidence. When you are authentic, when you are true, when you are real, you show up as exactly who you are, the way you are, you will connect and you will resonate. Make sure to watch this multiple times. Both the episodes where I've shared every single point, as well as the live demonstration. Once you do so, and you continue to practice all these techniques and methods, very, very subtle, but every single day practice, you'll soon begin to realize that people will walk up to you and tell you something has changed in you. That's the day you will know that you are showing up as your most authentic self. If you're new to watching this entire thing live, what would mean the world to me, if you've got even the slightest possible value, is to tag someone you know. That's the first step. Second step is to hit that follow button, the subscribe button. The third step is to write whatever your learnings have been from this live. I've been getting messages like, good to see you live, or it's so interesting, great share and all. I know every single thing that I do is world class, but it's not about me, it's about you. So I want you to write down what are the takeaways that you have, what are the things that you're going to practice from this moment on, the fact that you went through this entire journey with me. And of course, over the next couple of days, I want to give you a couple of, I think probably I'll make this out as a separate video as well and put it out on both YouTube as well as LinkedIn, that I will be traveling. And because I'm traveling for a retreat where I would like to completely stay focused over there. So for the next couple of days, there's a possibility that you will get to see the videos, just the videos being posted on LinkedIn, videos being posted on YouTube. Please consider that as live itself. Watch it, do it, go through the steps. And my next live is going to be on 18th. Yes, 18th of uh, November. So loads of more learnings to share, lots of amazing stuff coming your way. If you're new, please make sure to get all the, if you want all the notes, just drop a newsletter. I haven't yet started writing the newsletters. Once this retreat is over, I'm going to start all of those things full-fledged. In fact, all these sessions are going to be turned into detailed blogs so that the world can get value for free. It will be turned into newsletters, the notes, lot of different things in store, but I want to take it one step at a time. Thank you for all your love and support. I want you to know that I love you so much. This is